Good morning. You're in for a treat today. There's going to be some smoking. There's going to be some beer. There's going to be bourbon this morning. This morning? Yes. All right. Let's set the stage. All right. I worked last night. I worked the night before. I'm off this weekend. Even though it's Friday morning, I'm off this whole weekend. So this is my Friday night, essentially. Tomorrow is my son's birthday. He turns 13. And I'm not going to be... I can't share a smoke or a drink with him at the moment. Not until he's 16. No. But I thought I would... I've laid off a little bit I laid off the alcohol quite a bit the last couple months in an effort to be more healthy, lose a little weight. But it's the weekend, it's my son's birthday, and I've got a YouTube channel and a lot of people who are enthusiasts for the things that I like, smoking and beer and bourbon. So we're going to indulge a little bit. Get this. Now, I'm no beer and Baccy show, not at all, which is an excellent channel. If you have not subscribed to the Beer and Baccy show, which features the talents of one Ramblin' Scotsman, one Bob Wick, one Kevin Twyford, the West Virginia Piper, and one Gentleman Jim, then you're missing out on some great infotainment. That's my plug. All right. So let's get into this. There's no real plan for the video. I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna talk about the stuff, and whatever comes to mind. So I've got this Yepson Ida series. This is the I don't know if this would be considered a Nerup, but it's Nerup and the Yeps. Nerup is Yepson. It's Peter Yepson. This is his Ida series. Great pipe. And of course, I'm smoking Quiet Nights by GLP. Is about halfway through that tin, and I've smoked several bowls. This stuff is moist. I spread out the tobacco this morning, and there's a bunch of the little crumblies, the little bits and bobs, that I tried to get the little crispies into the bowl. And, there's still a lot of that broken flake in there, and it's still very moist. But it seems to be staying lit pretty well. For now. And this won't be a review of the tobacco, but it is really good. If you're worried about it being one-dimensional, I wouldn't be. I look forward to smoking this every time. I love variety, but dang, really good. So, I haven't been drinking much lately, but what I've got is some Colonel E.H. Taylor, small batch. 50%, 50% alcohol by volume. I think it's made by the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Let's see. Well, I don't know. We'll just go with that, yeah. And I've already taken the liberty to pour some. Look at that color. Yeah, I got me a little fancy Glencairn. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm an old Texas redneck. We'll get into that in a little bit. But my beer, you're like, Derek, you're drinking bourbon and beer? You're not supposed to mix those. I know. I don't care. I just ate. It's going to be okay. Quit judging me. Let me enjoy my stuff. All right, I got the bottle right here. All right, so I am a fan of Belgian beers. The Belgian strong dark ales, the quadruples, they're my favorites. My two favorite beers on planet Earth are of the Belgian style. And I love them. They got that taste. They got that yeastiness and those dark fruits. Love them. Love them. And my very first introduction to Belgian beers was Chimay. I got the Chimay Red, which is the style's a double or a double, Dubbel, and it was good. When I had the Chimay Red, it was an epiphany, a revelation, if you will. It really was amazing, and I'm like, I got it. That was my aha moment. And then I tried the Chimay Blue, which was the higher alcohol, the dark ale style. Didn't really like it that much. I've had several bottles of it, and for me, the flavor was just it was kind of flat. I didn't really enjoy. There were a lot more other beers in the same style that had a punchier flavor that was more complex, that just hit my palate right, and I really loved. But the Chimay Blue never really was good with me. Well, a few weeks ago, the Beer and Baccy boys, surprise, they reviewed Chimay Blue, and they were talking really good about it. So I decided maybe I should revisit that. So I went to my local drive-through beer store. Yes, you heard me right. Shout out to Bucky's. They had some Chimay Blue in stock, a little 4-pack. I didn't want a whole big bottle. I mean, I have a few of those that are in my cellar, but I just wanted, some individual bottles. It's a commitment to open up the big bottles and drink them through, especially when you don't really want. You just want to, you don't have anybody to drink with. You just want to taste. And so a few weeks ago, a couple months ago, I guess it was, I got that. I opened it up, drank it, and it was better than I had ever imagined. I mean, really, really awesome. So I was very excited that I like Chimay again, and that's just an example of, your palate changing and adjusting or evolving. So if you don't like a certain style of beer or bourbon or tobacco at this moment in your life, don't give up on it. Try it later, and you might be pleasantly surprised. That's a life lesson there. So if you don't take anything else from that today, it's drink more. Don't give up. So this is the Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch, and I don't know if I'm going to drink all this. I just kind of toss some in there. That's actually quite a bit, especially for a 50% alcohol by volume bourbon. So let's have a sniff. Oh yeah, what I'm smelling, or as they say, let's get a nose on this. I'm smelling a lot of the corn. There's that good sweet corn aroma. Definitely some of the oak, and the ethanol is making its presence known. There is alcohol in this thing. So, shall we try it? Want to drink? Want me to drink it? Here we go, Internet. Let's go. Oh yeah. That's real sweet. It's got a lot of good sweetness to it. And there's definitely got a good burn there. You got that corn and that oak, and some good vanilla-y, caramel-y tasting there. It's actually it's fairly complex. And I'm remembering that I did several months ago, I did a blind taste test of this with a bunch of different other bourbons, and I didn't do it on YouTube or anything, but I did have this before, and I kind of rated it average, and maybe that's just because, maybe it's just because it's kind of high in the alcohol content. Maybe I didn't really give it a fair shake. And I do believe that maybe this should have some, it probably would do well with a splash of water. That's more than a splash. But why don't I just add, here, we'll do it. I'll do it. Ooh. It's not a lot. It's my bourbon. I can do with it what I want. Don't judge me. If you're a bourbon snob, I mean, you can be a bourbon. I'm not a bourbon snob. I'm not a beer snob or a tobacco snob, or even a coffee snob for that matter. So I added a little bit of water to it, and it's kind of mellowing it out just a little bit. Here I am speaking the lingo like I know what I'm talking about. Hey, I like it. I like to drink it. Let's have a sip. Interestingly enough, it does tame it quite a bit and brings out more of that oaky flavor. Very good. Very good. Pretty good body. I like it. I'm a fan. Colonel E.H. Taylor, small batch. It's good stuff. And it's pretty high in alcohol. So the more you drink, the more your words kind of run together. You know, you kind of talk like that. But we're not going to do that because we're very eloquent today. Anyway. So that's that. And I'm sure I've let my pipe go out. Why don't I relight my pipe just to see if I get anything different? Because I was drinking some like a cappuccino with this the other day with the Quiet Nights. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how well cappuccino would stand up to a good English like this. Maybe if it were espresso or just like a pour over coffee, just like a brewed cup of coffee, it might do better. But I think cappuccinos are a little too milky and creamy, a little too rich, a little too desserty for a savory tobacco like this. Well, now I can barely taste the tobacco. What are you doing, bourbon? Well, let's give it a shot. Now that let's see if I can smoke and drink. See if the bourbon's affected at all. Nope. It's the same. I'm telling you, I can barely taste the Quiet Nights. So maybe bourbon's a little bit too much for this. I don't know. Well, there it is. There it is. There it is. I can taste it now. All right. We'll quit this for now. We'll quit the smoking because that's dead air. I want to be engaging. All right. I guess I can take the sunglasses off. It was. I mean, I promise. The sun was out, but the clouds are going by. So now you get to see my face. My eyeballs. Oh, and you know what? I just want to say thank you all for watching my channel. I guess I'm experiencing some sort of popularity now on YouTube. It's pretty amazing, I think. I put up a video the other day, just 2 days ago, on 10 reasons to buy tobacco, and it was just a fun little video. And it's already got like 200 views. That is crazy. I can't thank the YouTube pipe community enough for all the support and the love and everything that they show me, and that's not the alcohol talking. My goodness, look at that. Would you look at it? Look at that foam. It's just coming out. They weren't kidding. Those Beer and Baccy boys, they weren't kidding when they were talking about the foam. By the way, this is room temperature. I've noticed that these higher ABV beers, they go pretty good at room temp. Goodness gracious, this foam, it's been wanting to get out. Come on. My God. Okay. Jeez. Get in the cup. Alright, there we go. Look at the head. There's so much. What are you doing, beer? You're crazy. There's not even, that's like not even half a little bit more than half the bottle. Jeez. I gotta wait for that to go down. I'm gonna look silly trying to drink through all that head. Oh, it smells so good. It's like cherries and plums and that yeast. That famous Chimay yeast. Well, now what am I gonna do? I got this beer. I'm waiting for the head to go down. I guess I'll just drink on this bourbon. I'm sorry. I apologize. This beer is very carbonationed, and it's wanting to take its time. I apologize. What are you doing, Chimay? I guess that's the yeast. I guess that's probably why it's so good. I guess we can tolerate a little bit carbonation for the magic juice that comes out of that glass. Maybe I shouldn't be mixing all these beverages, drinking a very strong flavored bourbon and then drinking a very strong flavored beer, but I don't care. Ooh, that's nice. So good. Ooh, and I think the beer is about ready. Let me cleanse the palate. I mean, I hope y'all are enjoying this. I'm just kind of hanging out here. If y'all want to see more of this type of thing, just let me know. I mean, all this red face. I'm not used to drinking alcohol on the internet. All right, so let's have a look at this. This is very dark. I'm holding it up to the sunlight, and I got this very dark amber color. I mean, it's practically black. Let's just be honest, and it's hard to see through. Maybe at the very bottom there, I'm getting some light peeking through there, but very carbonated. And the aroma that you get is very bready, and you get that yeast. That yeast is very predominant. Excuse me. And the dark fruits. So it's just that's the kind of flavor that you're going to get with most Belgians. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. It does have kind of a sweet sour taste right up front. The body is it's kind of a medium body. It's at a 9% ABV. You know, it's not as you would expect it to be kind of heavy, but a heavy body would be like a stout, like a real good imperial stout. This is not as heavy body that as I thought it might be. Even other Belgian beers have kind of a heavier body, heavier mouth feel. You got that viscousness in the mouth. This is kind of thin. Well, medium, not. It's kind of between thick and thin. Oh yeah. Now the sweetness subsides rather quickly, and you're left with more of the yeasty, bready flavor. It's very good. Maybe not as, and maybe it needs to be a little bit cooler. It's kind of at room temperature right now, and maybe the bourbon's kind of playing in there. It's very enjoyable, but it's not as amazing as I remember it from last time. But it's still overall very good. I don't regret buying it. It's very good. Whew. Oh man. So this is going to be probably the longest video I've ever made. We're already sitting at 20-something minutes. And I'm getting, well, quite frankly, the alcohol is in my bloodstream at this time. And maybe you can see the redness of the cheeks. Maybe you notice that I'm trying to deliberately speak, because if I don't, I might slur my speech like this. Oh well. What a morning, huh? Just get to sit here on my porch. Nice cloudy day. The clouds are rolling through. It's supposed to clear up today. Got a birthday party for my son tomorrow. There's rumors of an ice cream cake. Pretty excited about that. It's quiet nights is so moist. I'm sure I mentioned that. It was so smoky before. Dead air, Derek. Talk. I'm sure most of you have clicked off by now. But if you're still with me, for the sheer train wreck of a video that this and all my other videos are, well, I commend you. Thank you so much. I've been thinking about the YouTube pipe community a lot lately, because I've been increasing my my output of videos over the last several months. You know, with the FDA thing going on, I think everyone's a little bit more alert, a little bit more kind of on edge about things. And I try to have a positive attitude. I try to put a good spin on things, and I want to remain optimistic, and I'm hoping that reason and freedom and, you know, I hope all that prevails over, you know, regulation, and, you know, this is in the interest of public health, so we must regulate, we must tax, we must, oh man, it just makes me sick. It's like personal freedom, and it's like our own responsibility for ourselves has gone out the door. The government wants to be responsible for us. and it's just not how it just doesn't match up with my political ideology, and so it's a little upsetting, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, I guess we're all going to be okay. We're still going to have tobacco. It's still going to be available. Maybe not, and it might just be that these newer blends they're gonna take longer to get to market, and I hope it. Golly, what a bummer, huh? I've taken this fun, nice morning, and I've just turned it into a man, America. What happened? No, let's get through that. Let's not do that. All right. So I hope everybody else is. I hope whenever you're watching this that if you've decided to watch this, I'm actually kind of curious to see if anybody watches this, because this is kind of outside my norm. I don't really ramble, and I don't really do a whole bunch of things like that. Most of my videos are, even though they're silly, they're purposeful in nature. I have like a point that I want to make. There's no point to this. This is just me smoking and drinking on my back patio on Friday morning. Which I guess, if taken out of context, can be kind of questionable. What are you doing smoking at 9:50? What are you doing drinking bourbon and beer at 9:15 in the morning, Derek? What kind of loser are you? Hey, I'm a good loser. I'm an awesome loser. But no, I did work. I did a nice 12-hour shift at the hospital. And so, it's time. It's time to unwind. It's time to relax. It's time to have a couple drinks. Have a nice smoke. Even though it is moist and it's hard to keep lit, it's unseasonably humid out here. I don't know. This is West Texas, and I'm sure if you're watching this around the time that I've published it, you'll know then that there's a lot of thunderstorms and showers and flooding in the state of Texas. Most of that's off kind of to the east and south of me, but we've had our fair share, and it's still like humid and muggy, moist. And we're not used to that out here in West Texas. We're practically a desert. And we've had so much rain, there's grass growing in my yard. And I'm not used to that. And so I'm going to have to mow this on Sunday. And it's going to take forever, because it's just been mostly a bunch of dirt. It's mostly just been just a few patches of grass here and there. So I've been able to handle it with a push mower. I haven't gone out and bought a riding lawnmower. This is 1 3/4 acres. It's going to take me 6 hours, maybe 7 hours on Sunday to do this, but that's okay. I like that. That's, as much as, it is kind of a hassle. It is a lot of work, but I really do enjoy mowing. It's as loud and as smelly and as nasty as it can get. It's a very enjoyable activity that I like to do. Kind of this is my land and I get to mow it. Oh God, Derek, what are you doing? What are you even talking about? Well, it looks like we're approaching 30 minutes. And that's the length of a TV show. So, thank you for watching the Derek Tant Show, the Derek Tant Pipe, Tobacco, and Beer and Bourbon Show. Join us next week. I don't know. I'm probably not going to have anything else to drink for another 2 or 3 weeks or anything like that, so probably 3 weeks. But it's been fun, YouTube. It's been fun, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I just, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much for just watching my channel. I love you all. Bye.